We are back with some new developments in the Congress's Jeffery Epstein investigation, specifically the one led by the House Oversight Committee. We now have the transcripts of Bill Gates' closed-door testimony, of course, the Microsoft co-founder, about his relationship with a convicted sex offender. Melanie Zanona has been digging through that testimony and has more tonight.
Well, one of the biggest takeaways from this testimony is about an apparent plot by Epstein to potentially blackmail Bill Gates, though it was never actually followed through on. Gates said he pursued a relationship with Epstein in hopes of raising more money for the Bill Gates Foundation, but he ended that relationship once it became clear Epstein was never going to follow through. However, at that point, Epstein at least considered trying to blackmail Gates as a way to sort of pressure him to re-engage in their relationship, with Gates telling lawmakers, "I was not blackmailed, but, you know, as you look at these emails, it looks like Mr. Epstein's brainstorming was going in that direction." It appears that in many cases, he, at least in emails to himself, was sort of rehearsing how either he or he coaching someone else might choose to blackmail me, but none of those messages were ever sent to me. Some of the Epstein files did contain draft emails or emails sent to Epstein himself that detailed salacious and unverified allegations about Gates, which Gates said were absolutely false. Gates also said Epstein learned about some of the affairs that Gates had during his marriage, but Gates testified that none of those affairs had any connection to Epstein. Another key takeaway is that Gates actually acknowledged he was indeed aware of Epstein's pleading guilty to some, quote, sexually related crime in 2008. But Gates told lawmakers he regrets not digging into those legal issues further before starting a relationship with Epstein, calling it a big mistake and a big regret. Hallie.
Mel Zanona, thank you very much for that.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.